Welcome back to the channel BBC Coin. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand and discovering it could change your life forever. That is exactly why the 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark has become a fascinating mystery in the world of coin collecting. Most people ignore these pennies every day, but hidden among millions of ordinary coins are rare treasures that collectors are desperately searching for. Some of these coins have shocked the market with unbelievable prices, and experts continue to hunt for rare examples with unusual features and minting mistakes. The story of this coin begins during America's bicentennial celebration in 1976. While special designs were created for quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins, the Lincoln penny kept its traditional appearance. Even without a commemorative design, the 1976 penny became part of an important historical year in American history. The coin features Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that collectors around the world recognize instantly. One of the most interesting details about this penny is the missing mint mark. Coins struck in Philadelphia during that time usually carried no mint mark at all. That means millions of these pennies entered circulation without a letter beneath the date. In fact, over 4.6 billion 1976 pennies without mint marks were produced, making them extremely common in normal condition. However, rarity in the coin world is not always about low mintage numbers. Sometimes condition, color, and minting errors create the true value. Collectors pay close attention to copper color on these coins. A bright red original surface is considered highly desirable because copper naturally darkens over time. Coins that still show full red luster after decades are much harder to find. A regular circulated coin may only be worth a few cents, but a perfectly preserved red specimen graded at the highest mint state levels can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. But the real excitement comes from rare mint errors. Error coins are mistakes created during the minting process, and collectors love them because every error is unique. Some 1976 pennies showed doubled letters in Liberty or the date itself. Others were struck off-center, creating a dramatic appearance where part of the design is missing. There are also rare examples struck on the wrong metal planchet, making them incredibly valuable in the collector market. Imagine finding a penny that looks slightly different from the rest. Maybe the lettering appears doubled. Maybe the design is off-center. Maybe the coin has an unusual weight or strange color. Those tiny differences can mean the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars. That is why collectors carefully inspect every detail using magnifying glasses and professional grading tools. Another important factor is professional grading. Companies like PCGS and NGC authenticate coins and assign grades based on their condition. Even a small improvement in grade can dramatically increase value. For example, a coin graded MS67 red can be worth many times more than one graded MS65. The highest known grades are extremely rare because most coins from circulation suffered scratches, fading, or wear over the decades. Many viral videos and internet stories claim that ordinary 1976 pennies are worth millions of dollars. In reality, most coins found in pocket change are common and only worth face value. However, collectors continue searching because rare error varieties and ultra-high-grade examples truly can command huge prices. Some discussions online have created excitement around unique coins that may have extraordinary characteristics, fueling the dream of discovering a hidden fortune in everyday change. The popularity of coin collecting has exploded in recent years. Social media, YouTube videos, and online auctions have introduced millions of people to the hobby. Suddenly, old pennies sitting in jars and drawers became objects of curiosity. People began checking dates, mint marks, and unusual features hoping to uncover rare coins hiding in plain sight. The 1976 Liberty 1-cent coin quickly became one of the most searched Lincoln pennies because of its connection to America's bicentennial year and the possibility of valuable error varieties. Collectors also love the historical connection behind this coin. The year 1976 represented 200 years of American independence. Even though the penny design did not change, every coin from that year still carries the spirit of the bicentennial celebration. For many collectors, owning a high-quality 1976 penny feels like holding a small piece of American history. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1979D Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark. This mysterious coin has created excitement in the coin collecting world because rare error versions and high-grade examples have shocked collectors with massive auction prices. Some rare specimens and dramatic minting errors have been connected to values reaching thousands of dollars, while rumors and collector discussions continue pushing the dream of million-dollar discoveries. The 1979 Lincoln Memorial Cent was produced during one of the most important periods in American coin history. At that time, pennies were still made with 95% copper, making them heavier and more valuable than modern zinc pennies. Collectors love these older copper cents because they represent the final era before the United States Mint changed compositions in the early 1980s. Now here is where things become interesting. Many people become confused when they see a 1979 penny with no mint mark. They immediately think it must be an error coin. In reality, most no mint mark pennies from 1979 were struck at the Philadelphia Mint because Philadelphia coins traditionally carried no mint mark during that era. But there is another mystery that keeps collectors searching every day. Some collectors report finding unusual 1979 pennies that appear to have missing mint marks, doubled letters, strange die cracks, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. These rare varieties can transform an ordinary penny into a highly collectible treasure. Imagine discovering a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars inside your old piggy bank. That possibility is exactly why millions of people around the world have become fascinated with Lincoln cents. The front of the 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin features President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected figures in American history. The word liberty appears beside Lincoln, while the phrase "Iron God we trust" is displayed above his portrait. On the reverse side, you will find the famous Lincoln Memorial design with the words 1 cent and United States of America. At first glance, the coin may look ordinary, but expert collectors know that the smallest detail can create massive value. One of the most valuable varieties connected to the 1979 penny is the doubled die obverse error. This happens when the coin die receives a misaligned impression during production, causing letters and numbers to appear doubled. Strong doubling on the date or the word liberty can dramatically increase the value of the coin. Some examples have sold for thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. Another popular variety is the repunched mint mark error, often called RPM by collectors. During the 1970s. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating modern coins in American history, the Liberty 1 cent 1993 Lincoln penny with no mint mark confusion and the unbelievable market stories surrounding this coin. Some collectors believe certain rare examples could reach astonishing values, and the excitement around these coins continues growing every year. The 1993 Lincoln penny may look ordinary at first glance, but appearances can be deceiving. This coin was produced during a period when billions of pennies were struck by the United States Mint. Because so many were made, most people assume these coins are worthless. However, rare minting mistakes, unusual varieties, and ultra-high-grade examples have transformed some of these pennies into collector legends. Before we continue, take a close look at your spare change because you might already own one of these hidden treasures without even realizing it. The obverse side of the coin features Abraham Lincoln along with the famous word liberty and the date 1993. Many collectors become confused about mint marks on these coins. A Philadelphia minted coin normally has no mint mark, while Denver minted coins include a small D beneath the date. This tiny detail can make a massive difference when it comes to collector interest and value. Now here is where things become incredibly interesting. Most 1993 pennies are only worth face value. But when collectors discover coins with rare errors or pristine conditions, the prices can skyrocket dramatically. Some examples graded in extremely high mint state condition have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Coin experts explain that condition rarity is one of the biggest reasons modern pennies suddenly become valuable. The 1993 D penny became especially famous because of several rare varieties and minting errors connected to this year. Certain examples feature striking abnormalities, die cracks, doubled letters, plating issues, or alignment problems that make them stand out from ordinary coins. Today we are talking about the legendary Liberty 1 cent 1993 coin with no mint mark, a coin surrounded by mystery, excitement, and stories of collectors paying unbelievable amounts of money. Some reports and online listings claim rare versions of this coin have reached market values starting from $1.200 million depending on condition, rarity, and minting errors. Before you spend another penny without checking it, make sure you watch this entire video because the coin hiding in your collection could be far more valuable than you ever imagined. The 1993 Liberty 1 cent coin may look ordinary at first glance, but collectors know that certain rare variations can become extremely valuable. This famous coin was produced in the United States and features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front side. Above Lincoln's head, you will usually see the word liberty, while the year 1993 appears clearly beside the portrait. On some rare examples, there is no mint mark visible near the date, and that tiny missing detail is exactly what has made this coin so interesting among collectors. Now you may be asking yourself, what exactly is a mint mark? A mint mark is a small letter placed on a coin to show where it was produced. Coins made in Philadelphia traditionally carried no mint mark during many years of production. However, collectors carefully inspect every coin because errors, unusual strikes, and special conditions can transform an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. The 1993 no mint mark penny was struck mainly in Philadelphia, and millions were produced. But not every coin is valuable. The coins attracting huge attention are the rare examples with unusual characteristics. Some collectors search for double die errors, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and coins preserved in nearly perfect mint condition. These special variations are what drive prices to astonishing levels in auctions and private sales. Imagine finding a penny in an old jar and discovering it could pay for a luxury house, a new car, or even completely change your financial future. That is why coin collectors spend years studying small details invisible to the average person. A tiny error created during the minting process can make one coin incredibly rare. One of the biggest reasons this 1993 Liberty 1-cent coin has become so famous is because of the growing popularity of rare coin collecting on social media and online marketplaces. Videos showing collectors finding valuable pennies in circulation have inspired millions of people to start checking their change every single day. The idea that a common-looking coin could hold extraordinary value has turned coin hunting into a worldwide trend. Now let's talk about the details you should check if you own a 1993 no mint mark penny. First, inspect the surface carefully under bright light. Valuable coins often have unusual textures, doubling in the letters, or strange patterns created during production. Look closely at the words "In God We Trust," Liberty, and the date 1993. If the lettering appears doubled or blurry, you may have discovered a rare error coin. Second, check the condition of the coin. In coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins with sharp details, bright surfaces, and very little wear are considered much more valuable than damaged examples. A coin graded in near-perfect condition by professional grading companies can sometimes sell for thousands or even millions depending on rarity and collector demand. Third, weigh the coin if possible. Some rare pennies were accidentally struck on incorrect planchets, giving them unusual weights and appearances. These minting mistakes are highly sought after because they are extremely uncommon. Another important factor behind the excitement surrounding the 1993 Liberty 1-cent no mint mark coin is the emotional connection many collectors feel toward Lincoln pennies. For decades, these coins have represented American history, tradition, and everyday life. Almost everyone has handled a Lincoln penny at some point, which makes discovering a valuable one even more thrilling. Coin experts also recommend looking for coins with strong red coloration. Freshly preserved copper coins displaying bright red surfaces are usually more desirable than darker brown examples. The difference in color can dramatically affect market value. Over the years, stories have spread online about lucky collectors discovering rare pennies worth life-changing amounts. Some found coins hidden inside inherited collections, while others discovered valuable pieces in simple pocket change. These stories continue to fuel the excitement and motivate people to search through old coin jars, drawers, and forgotten boxes.